What is poppin' YouTube? We are back again with another mock draft. I know a lot of people have already drafted, but we are back here to mock and, just for the memes. I know that's what Rob was saying. And we got a bunch of usuals here in the live stream that are going to be drafting with us today. But of course, we're doing something a little bit different today. I am bringing in one of our special guests that we haven't had on the channel for a few weeks now. I promised him like a week ago. Life happens, things happen, but Jordan, welcome to the stream, man. Excited to
Yeah,
have you back.
yeah, it's good to be back. Glad that we've
Oh,
finally made this happen again.
so ready to make this happen. And of course, we're going to start this thing off. I made sure that I had the first pick. We are starting this draft off right. And I highlighted Robust RB because I hear that he might be a troll. So apologies if that happens, but we're going CMC number 1. Oh, he went Jonathan Taylor. Maybe he's not going to mess around, but that's what happened. So Jordan, how's your night been, man?
It's been good. Just been chilling. Today was Labor Day. Didn't have to work today.
Oh, for sure.
Watched a lot of Better Call Saul today. Getting
That's
caught
cool.
up on some TV.
How many redraft leagues, like drafts, did you have this weekend?
Oh, none this weekend. Everything for me was done the weekend prior.
Crazy. I'm just part of a bunch of leagues where everyone does it late. So I had one yesterday, one on Saturday, and then one on Sunday. So I had 3 leagues, and it's just crazy. Heavy Rob, bro, Rob, what the heck, my guy? I know. He's probably was just jumping on the stream. Also, what is Catch is also Hurricane on here, so he's also drafting with us,
Awesome.
and he is a Better Call Saul is elite. So you know what? I have never watched it, so that's what it is. Okay, we're talking right now. We haven't done this mock in a minute, but so I drafted CMC number 1. Jonathan Taylor went to Robust RB. We had Brad Sean, Jimmy with Austin Eckler. Derrick Henry went to heavy hitter Rob, even though he autoed. Rob, if you're on here, man, what the heck? Justin Jefferson one at the 105, still taking Cooper Kupp, still think that upside's elite, even with the Matthew Stafford question marks. You took Dalvin Cook at 1-7. I saw today on Twitter someone talking about how they got Dalvin Cook at the 2-2.
Oh, that's insane.
That is insane.
That's amazing.
For a fact, someone took DeAndre Swift over Dalvin Cook. Like, that is bold. That is bold.
Wow. Yeah, I would consider Dalvin Cook at like 4, honestly, 4 or 5.
Yeah, same. I got him
depends on where I want to go, when I want to take receivers versus running backs.
I took Dalvin Cook at the 1-7 the other day. Actually yesterday, and I felt like that was like stealing. Like I think he's got RB1 upside for sure.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I just chose the 7th pick, is I think there's a tear drop after 7 for me.
For sure.
I like those first 7 players, and Dalvin Cook was the only one left in that tier, so it made it easy for me.
Rob said he did not want Henry. I understand, my man. I understand. So after you took Dalvin Cook, we had Jamar Chase, Swift, Harris, Mixon, Alvin Kamara, Javonte Williams off the board. Saquon Barkley then goes at 2-2. We are going heavy, robust RB happening right now. Now, I do want to say something right now. We have 8 viewers right now. Appreciate everyone tuning in. If you haven't already, please like, please subscribe. It helps me out as a channel. And you know what? We want to bring Jordan back. So if we do not get like 5 likes, Jordan will never come back on the stream. So please leave
you're the one making
the
rules.
You know what? I am making the rules right now. So please leave a like. Please subscribe. You know what? We're not going to get the likes because they don't like you. I'm just kidding.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, oh gosh, stop it, Jordan. We can't have you going into a depression already on the stream. So
I already am, because Aaron Jones just got
oh gosh, Aaron Jones just got sniped. So Jordan is already in a depression. So please, you want Travis Kelce. We'll let you talk about that here in a second. But yeah, I appreciate everyone supporting the channel, supporting me. Someone commented and said, Caleb, stop saying we, like, stop saying that you're supporting we when like we subscribe, because like you're the one doing everything. So like
I was gonna mention this to you.
I will take the selfish approach and say, yes, I don't really edit anything because I kind of do everything one take Drake style right now. I do add all the graphics in, and I do like all like the YouTube stuff. So yes, I do everything on this channel. So if you like the support and enjoy the content, please subscribe because it helps me out a ton. Okay, so you took Travis Kelce. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so for me, I wanted Aaron Jones. If Saquon would have fallen, I really like to get 2 RBs in the first couple rounds. Ideally, 2 RBs for sure. Have to take 2 RBs in the first 4 rounds before I get to the dead zone. But I just didn't like anyone else around me, so it was between Kelce and CeeDee Lamb, and I haven't taken Kelce in a single mock, so I wanted to see how it turned out with me taking Travis Kelce in the second, and to see how it plays out.
You know, Travis Kelce's been going like actually I was in a draft. Yes, one of my drafts was a 10-team league. So like if I play in I play in a 10-team league because I have a bunch of family members that play in this 10-team league that's like been going on. Like there's people that are on the trophy that have died. Like the league started in 1990 and
Oh wow.
I married into this. And so
Okay.
granted it's a 10-team league. This is how ridiculous it is. In the third round, who do you think I got in the third round?
Oh, I don't.
So granted,
Uh,
this would have been like, pick 27 or something.
yeah.
But
So
I got
around that, surely you didn't kick Kelsey at that point.
no, I did not.
You get
Kelsey was
Lamb.
not on the board. I got CD Lamb. He fell into the
That's
third,
nice.
which is crazy because it's like he's going at, I guess it's like relatively the same when you're in a 10-man league, like kind of where he's getting drafted here. But oh man, it was crazy. It just felt so like satisfying just
In
being
one of
able to.
the 110-man league I'm in, which is my home league, I got CD Lamb. I believe the 3-2. It was either the 211 or the 3-2.
So Nate is also in this draft. Nate is team. I can't say his name, sleeper name on stream, but whenever you see Brady this
Yep,
game with the
I
Eagles,
figured.
that is my man Nate. He's a big supporter of the channel. So Nate says layout definitely looks good. Like the improvements. Oh yeah, Nate. I actually got like the streaming software. Like I got a new streaming software, so I'm hoping that helps improve the stream. I'm paying $25 for this. Heavy hitting money. Rob's the heavy hitter, but I'm the heavy spender over here for this YouTube channel. And like I said, we're trying to grow. So you gotta invest something to potentially to build this community up. So that's what we're doing
Got to
here.
spend money to make money.
You know what? No, scared money don't make money. I think that's the actual saying. We have Hurricane coming back saying my home league from a 4-spot started with JJ, Aaron Jones, and James Conner. I don't love James Conner this year, but I mean, understanding that that's in the third, like, I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, but if you get JJ in the first or set a wide receiver, you probably need to get another running back then. So I like that.
I do like that. Nate wants me to say his name on stream. The problem is if I say your name and then someone reports me, all of a sudden this whole stream I could get it doesn't count towards like my monetization process. So for this channel to ever bring in YouTube revenue, which is just from ads, 1,000 subscribers and I think it's like 400 watch hours or something. Not 400 watch hours, maybe it's 4,000 watch hours. Like we're easily going to get to the watch hours. Like it's going to be so easy. It's just going to be getting to those subscribers. But to get there, if we have like a 30-minute stream, you have like 100 people watch like 8 minutes of it. All of a sudden, that doesn't count towards your monetization process. It's so dumb. But we got.
How are you going to get to those hours now with all these mock drafts?
You know what? We're going to be doing a lot more stream. We're going to do a lot more like content heavy approaches to what's happening. Like doing like start sits during the week. We're going to be doing lives like. We're just going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. So like I said, if you haven't already, please subscribe. I think we're at like 73 subscribers. My goal is 80 before the beginning of the football season. And listen, since there's not a lot of we don't have a ton of subscribers yet, all your questions are going to be answered. All your chat messages are going to get answered. Like we're not requiring you to like pay for anything. We're just requiring you to be here. And so that's like the best part about this channel. But like I said, I've been talking too much. This whole third round happened and we didn't even address what happened. So I drafted Mark Andrews, Mike Evans, Kyle Pitts, Josh Allen, Michael Pittman. Rob comes in saying he hates his team so much. Glad thing this is a mock and it doesn't even matter. Michael Pittman at 3.5, Keenan out 3.6. You took Ezekiel Elliott at the 3.7. I forget. Are you on Zeke this year?
Yeah, I mean, he has yet to not be a wide or a running back one. So, I mean, until he proves that he's not that, I think he still is that. And Jerry Jones loves him, and he's the one that's really making the decisions. So,
yeah, no, for sure. After we had Keenan Allen at the 3.6, Ezekiel Elliott at the 3. You drafted. I already said that. Justin Herbert at the 3.8, D Higgins at the 3.9, Travis Etienne at the 3.10, James Conner at the 3.11, Cortland Sutton at the 3.12, Mike Williams at the 4.1, DJ Moore at the 4.2, and then Terry McLaurin at the 4.3. I really think Terry McLaurin's going too early. I don't know. I
agree.
There's so many other wide receivers. Deontay Johnson, Waddle. I would take Allen Robinson, Hollywood. Like all those guys I prefer over Terry McLaurin. I understand he's got the name recognition and the value, but So if you drafted Terry McLaurin, yep. I'm sorry that occurred to you. You know what, Jordan? I'm not trying to say this, but someone did not like one of my takes earlier and they unsubscribed to me. So that's what we do. The negative energy. You know what? I wanted to say if that is robust RB, bro, I'm coming for you. I am coming for you. I have a feeling that's you. I'm just kidding. Rob's over here saying that he'll send me the Venmo for the stream setup. No, Rob, I appreciate it. You know what? Just keep supporting the channel. Maybe someday I'll have like a special not
get that Patreon set up.
You know what? I'll get the Patreon set up and I'll have like a Rob tier. It'll be like $100 a month Basically what it'll say is you're paying for my rent, my clothing, my food, as well as then you just get access to. I will answer any question you have at any time of day. Meaning, even if
You're
I have
on
my do
call
not disturb,
24/7.
yes, my do not disturb on, and it's 3:30. If Rob has a question, a waiver wire question, anything, I will wake out of my slumber to answer that question. So I don't know. So after, okay, first off, I still think T Higgins is a major value, even at 3.9. We'll see if
Absolutely.
that actually happens. Travis Etienne creeping up into the back and third. That's typical. So we had Allen Robinson, Deontay Johnson, Cam Makers, Monty, Gabe Davis at
That
4.9.
is a
Woo!
that's a bit high.
Woo! That is a bit high.
I'm the biggest Gabe Dave truther there is, and that is something.
Oh goodness. Patrick Mahomes at the 410, Jalen Waddle at the 411.
And
I
you're
am
on the
back on the
clock.
clock, and I am on the clock. Justin Herbert's off, so none of these quarterbacks are saying my name. And I think I haven't drafted a wide receiver yet, so I probably should just hammer wide receiver. So bold take, I'm taking Hollywood Brown as the first wide receiver off my board. And there's some wide receivers that I could take later. But I just think Brees Hall falling all the way to me is too hard to pass up.
Mhm.
I am taking a robust RBs approach. I made fun of him saying he was going to go absolutely, but you got to take value when it falls.
Yep, agree.
Okay, Hurricanes coming in with another question. Made several money moves in Dynasty over the past few days, including a trade that landed me my first ever share of CMC. Okay, Jordan and I just did a trade the other day, and this is besides the point. Actually, today I
Today,
traded
went
you.
through today.
I traded you Cortland Sutton, and you traded me Elijah Moore. You have a more competing team, and you have CMC on your team.
Yes.
I have 623 first for next year, so that if that tells you what my team looks like, that explains
Well,
everything.
let's not actually say this because Caleb's team is actually good. And he still has 6 firsts. If he wanted to compete, he could, and he would still have like 5 of the top 6 picks because all of the picks he has is from the bottom of the league.
Well, they just didn't understand.
For some reason, you're set that your own pick needs to be the 101, and
Well,
I'm very confused.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then Nate comes in and says snag Higgins at 311 after mixing a Swift in my real draft on Saturday. Yeah. Also, in that, I was talking about how I got CD Lamb in the third in that 10-team league. I also got T Higgins in the fourth. So I felt really great about that draft. I love me some T Higgins. I think if we look, even if he was injured 3 games last year, if you look at like his points per game splits with Jamar Chase, like they were very similar. Like it doesn't deserve the 3-round gap that's happening. And so
Yep.
that's the type of value you're getting. Hopefully with the improved Bengals offensive line and everything like that, it's looking good. But yeah, so that's the other thing. If you are leaving comments like me and Jordan, we both do a ton of redraft leagues and a ton of dynasty leagues, so we can answer both. Ooh, Nate coming in with a pick 2 to start week 1. Judy, Kirk, Lazard, Godwin. Ooh, that's hard. Well, the first name that sticks out to me. So I saw a video today of Chris Godwin running. Now, I'm not typically I like to see it before I believe it. Like I'm a huge Godwin. The fact that he's going in like round 6 right now, or even late round 5. Like the fact is, by the end of the season, he's probably going to be out producing Mike Evans, who's going at 3.2. Like, I mean, I think that's a realistic, as long as he stays healthy and everything like that. So if I had to pick 2 right here, Jordan, I'm probably picking Judy and Godwin, but Christian Kirk is also like right there between. I just don't know Godwin's health. Like, so really for sure, Judy, but then it's between Kirk and Godwin, and it just depends on who you lean,
So for me, it was for sure Kirk. He's my guy this year. Just because like he is the wide receiver 1 in that offense, and if you think that Trevor is going to make a leap and that team's going to be better, Kirk is going to get his share because who else is going to get it there? So Kirk was like my one that I'm like for sure, and then I could see arguments for Godwin or Judy. Godwin scares me a little bit just because of the injury. I don't know if he's actually going to come back at 100% or not. You hope he is, but you don't know. I would probably lean Judy.
Well, Nate, you got 2 different decisions. So I don't know. I think the thing with Kirk is like we haven't seen him. Like we just assume he's going to be the wide receiver 1, but like how good is this Jacksonville's offense actually going to be this year? I know you're on the clock, so I'll just keep talking. And you
I'm
drafted
good.
Michael Thomas, which a good person to draft. I do like me some Michael Thomas. Yeah, I just think the Kirk thing, like, I guess it just depends on how you value Kirk, and like, do you need to see it, or are you just like hoping that he is the one? Because I don't think he's talented enough to be a 1, and I don't know. But Marvin Jones was a very solid receiver last year for the Jacksonville Jaguars, put up solid fantasy football numbers. But here's another full trade. Sorry, I know I just cut you off, Jordan.
No, you're good.
So we had a full trade was Carr, Kirk, Chubb going away for Goff, CMC, and Hardman, Velvis Jones. It's super flex league, and my starters are Allen and Russ. So you already had good. So you didn't need the. Oh, I think I lean the Kirk Chubb side because of the value in the quarterbacks.
That quarterbacks, yeah.
Because okay, so let's say Goff and Kirk. I know Goff is worth less than Kirk, and then you have Then you have Chubb and CMC. Like CMC is more valuable, but then Hardman and Velus Jones really don't equal like the difference between Carr and I'm still taking that side.
I mean, I guess if you've got elite quarterbacks already and you don't need Carr and Kirk, but I can't imagine that in a super flex league that you don't need those quarterbacks. So yeah, that's a little tough to see. But it could be, with your roster construction, maybe it makes sense.
Yeah. Hurricane said Christian Kirk, not Cousins. He came in and clarified that for us.
That's better.
That is better. I agree. Okay, it's closer. It's closer. Okay, Hurricane. I'm not getting on you for that one. Sorry, rock out. Appreciate you being here, my guy. Sorry for taking a second to get to your question. Got a trade offer for my AJ Brown for Higgins. Is this rock out? First off, appreciate you being here. Second, if you haven't already, like the stream and subscribe to the channel because we're putting out more content and doing more of these live. So I'm here to help you all throughout the fantasy football season. Is this redraft or is this dynasty? Let me know because that'll help clarify my answer. But you know what, Jordan? You should let's just like answer this. Are you if this is redraft, which we're thinking it is, I got a trade offer for my AJ Brown for Higgins. I still think I'm leaning AJ Brown. It's close though. It's close. They're both.
I would say probably have to be AJ Brown just because I know I've drafted AJ Brown ahead of T Higgins many times. For redraft for sure. Dynasty, I would still probably lean AJ Brown because there's no real difference in age.
Yeah, I mean AJ Brown went at where did he go in this draft? Oh, he went at 2.9, which he typically goes somewhere between usually 2.10 to 3.2. And then T Higgins is usually a middle to back end of the third type of guy. So I'm probably just going. I think I'm leaving AJ Brown, even though I am a Bengals fan. So that's hard for me to say. It's hard for me to say, take AJ Brown. But I just think the value, the efficiency and everything that he's doing on how he's performed with Tennessee, it's going to be the same with the Philadelphia Eagles. And there's actually going to be more talented receivers around him, helping him not be double teamed as much. Because to be honest, he only played 4 games with Julio. So I don't want to hear that he had.
And Julio was kind of washed.
Yeah. So Rob is saying why the Gabe Davis fade. The man is a dog. Because I know we hawked on him for the 4-9. I just think Gabe Davis, he literally scored 4 touchdowns in one game, and now we're all of a sudden viewing him this crazy stud receiver. I know he's tied.
I'll speak on this a little bit. I love Gabe Davis. Okay. I just didn't love him going that early. Early 6th, sure, I could see that, but late 4th, probably not. I have him in a ton of dynasty leagues.
Wait, Jordan, I think you. Wait, hold up.
Oh, sorry. Am I back?
You're back. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got Gabe Davis in a lot of dynasty leagues, and I had him before his blow up last season. And so I was a believer beforehand. I believed in his tape. And I just think they finally decide to start using him. And I think he's going to get better usage. So I'm a fan, just not in that draft position. Yes,
Hurricane, to answer, I know I'm skipping around on the questions, but Hurricane said, hey, AAP, not players. Totally agree with that. I think if Gabe Davis was a late 6th, early 7th, I'd be fine. It's the fact that now you're having to draft him in late 4th, early 5th, and that's just not okay. Liam comes in. Liam, appreciate you being here, my guy. Like I said, if you're new to the stream, you're new to the channel, you haven't checked out our previous content or my previous content. Like I said, Jordan, I keep saying but we're building a community, but I am, of course, producing content. So if you appreciate what I am doing here, Jordan is a guest here on the channel. Great friend, college buddy, huge into Dynasty and Redraft. Like I said, appreciate you guys supporting me as we continue to grow. So if you want more of these lives, we want to bring Jordan back. We want to bring other guests on. Subscribe and because that's what we're trying to do. So trying to get to 80 by the beginning of fantasy football, or I guess the NFL season, which is this Thursday, which is crazy to say.
The cool thing is you keep moving the goalposts. 3 weeks ago, it was you want to get to 50 before the season starts.
I know. And now the channel's growing. The channel's growing. People are enjoying the content, and that's what we're trying to do. Yeah. Christian Kirk, not Cousin. We already went with that. redraft full PPR. So it was the redraft was the AJ Brown versus T Higgins question. So I still think I'm leaning AJ Brown, but it's close, man. It's really close.
I'd lean AJ
I
Brown.
would delete AJ Brown. DeAndre Swift season. Clearly know where he stands with DeAndre Swift. Would y'all rate my team if I sent it fully? If so, completely honest review. Y'all wouldn't lie, but just want a right answer. Oh yeah, dude. Send it. Send it. Just he already commented his team. Thank you. Thank you for sending that. That definitely makes it a lot easier for us. He's got let me see if I'm about to be on the clock.
Yeah, well, let's
I
wait
am on
till
the
after
clock.
your picks.
Wait. Well, you start reading the.
Yeah, so his team, he's got Lamar at quarterback. He's got Debo, Jerry Jeudy, Leonard Fournette, Cam Akers, Cole Kmet, who I like a lot. And then in his flex, he's got Zeke and Alan Lazard. So those are his starters. He's got his bench. He's got Tyler Lockett, Cordarrelle Patterson, and
Fournette.
Fournette. His handcuff. Who is his handcuff? We don't really know that.
I assume he drafted
Is it White?
yeah, no,
Is that
Rashad
who we're
White.
going
Rashad
with?
White. Yeah, we'll just assume it's Rashad White and Henderson. Henderson for the Rams.
Yeah,
Engage.
which
Lamar
is good.
Debo, Judy,
Love
Fournette.
Henderson.
Okay. To be completely honest, I don't know. It's hard because I know he went like he went like almost like with a hero RB approach, but he did have Elliott and Fournette and Akers. So
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'm a little.
I like the running backs.
Yeah, I
I'm
do
not a
like the
big
running
Cam
back.
Akers guy, and Debo scares me a lot.
But the fact that he has Fournette, Elliott, and Akers,
Yeah,
that's like Akers is the third running back there for sure.
Yes, I think so.
So and then your wide receivers, you got Debo. You kind of went hero wide receiver a little bit because Debo and Judy. I mean, I do like this team. Like I think it's very balanced. You got the upside of Lamar, you got the upside of Debo, you got solid running backs who can help you without injuries. Man, I'm probably just giving it a B. I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm not but we've also on this channel we talk a lot after we do grades. Like it's so hard to be like I'm giving everyone an A. Like what is an A? Like what is an A, a B, or a C when you're talking about a fantasy football team? Like because so much of this game that we play and love is luck. And so just being able to like look at this team, I'm like, I think you can deal with injuries. Like you could deal with like one running back injury, but like all of a sudden if Debo gets injured and Judy's your wide receiver one, I'm not feeling too hot about that.
Yeah, that's a tough spot.
But the other thing is you're able to play the waiver wire a little bit more with the wide receivers. Potentially, I know you can also play the waiver wire for running backs. You can always kind of fill in RB2 spot. But yeah, dude, I'd probably give it a B. DeAndre Swift season, my man. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Like I said, like and subscribe. We want you here permanently throughout this fantasy football season. Rock out comes back in, says second flex full PPR Singletary, Olave, MVS, pick one. Ooh, Jordan, you're up.
Ooh, Olave, which is weird because I was not a big fan of him when I was doing like my dynasty rookie rankings. But the more I'm coming around to Olave, I think he just has a higher ceiling than the other two. Just because I'm not sure MVS is actually good.
Yeah, I would be going with I'm going with Olave. I don't know what MVS's target share and our work is going to be. Singletary, I'm a little bit scared. I think James Cook is going to be doing a lot more than what we're thinking. And I'm leaning a lot. I think I'm leaning Olave just for the upside. I'm confident that Jameis Winston can support two fantasy wide receivers, and so let's shoot for the stars with Olave.
Yeah, as we discussed the first time I was on the stream, because we were doing a 2 QB draft, and I got Jameis Winston. Love Winston, especially having Olave there with him, a guy who can just take the top off of defense. Really like him. I'm all in on the Saints this year, and Olave is part of that.
Yeah, so let me quickly recap the picks that just happened. So we had Robert Woods, Goddard, Harris, Cook, Zach Ertz. I love some Zach Ertz. If you can get him at 9.5, which I know most people have already drafted, but that's just crazy value.
I got Zach Ertz in Dynasty.
You just traded for him today.
I just
Look
got
at
him.
you. Everyone's gonna know you made 2 deals today. It was you were a busy man on the phones. You were like the Cleveland Browns in that one movie where they're like trading picks all the time.
But I was much better than their GM.
Yeah, no kidding. Chris Olave at the 9.6, Melvin Gore at the 9.7, Kadarius Toney at the 9.8, Dawson Knox at the 9.9, Trey Lance at the 9.10, Michael Carter, Aaron Rodgers, Freiermuth, Prescott, Cole Kmet. Love me some Cole Kmet at the 10.3, Henderson at the 10.4, and then Sky Moore at the 10.5. DeAndre, you know what? He was not upset by our ranking of his team, told us to be brutally honest. We were brutally honest with him, and he says, now you're good. I had Diggs too, but got Debo and Henderson. Would Diggs' spot be better? Did you trade Debo? Did you trade Diggs for Debo and Henderson? Is that what you did? I think that's what he meant.
I think so.
If that's what you meant, To be completely honest, man, I would have just taken Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is one of the top 4 receivers. I have him. I think I have him as my wide receiver 5 this year. Yeah, that's what he meant. I just think he has that overall wide receiver 1 upside. Now, I know Debo Samuel last year showed a lot of promise being able to run the ball. I just think with Trey Lance now in the fold, we don't know what that's going to look like. Of course, he's now playing. He just has such a talent around him between Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle. I love Trey Lance for fantasy, but I do think he's an unproven quarterback. So how is he going to get the ball in space? Like, those are the questions I have about Debo. And Stephon Diggs, same could be said. He's playing on a very talented offense. But the thing is, even though last year he slightly had a down year, he still had 164 targets. And I think he only had 88 receptions. Something like that. Or 112. I forget what it actually was. But there was like
big difference there.
The difference, I know. Now I'm going off the top. But the difference between his catches from when he really had a great 2020 season.
You're on the clock, by the way.
I know. I know who I'm going to pick, so it wasn't a big deal.
Okay. Wasn't sure if you knew.
No, you're good.
Kirk.
And yeah, Kirk has my creepy one. It was just that's the difference I see. Like, I still think Stephon Diggs has that overall wide receiver 1 upside, so that's why I would have taken him. And to be completely fair, the difference between Darrell Henderson and probably someone you could pick up on the waiver wire is not significant enough for me to kind of do. So, but
So
you know what, man?
Could be.
You think it could be? Well, if the true splits are going to be 50-50, then of course I'd probably lean Henderson.
Because I'm out on Akers. I don't want anything to do with Cam Akers personally.
Robust RB in the sleeper chat is thinking I'm ripping on this kid's team. Okay, so what did I forget? Hurricane. I don't know what you're saying. I think because, like I said, we're getting these comments a little late, so I'm kind of trying to remember. David putting it just because I feel like it. What? I'm trying to remember what we were talking about when that happened.
That was draft day. The movie.
Oh, draft day. That's right. Okay, that's what we were talking about.
He had him in a trade. He had him throw in. A guy named David.
Listen, Rob. I would just like for the people to know that we do demand very high integrity on this channel, and we did.
I never agreed to a thing.
We were promised a tank top by this man across from me, and granted, I'm not in a tank top tonight either. So, you know what? I think we're gonna have to do a little bit more convincing with this man. So listen, Jordan, on the stream for the people to hear, if we get to 100 subscribers sometime this season, will you come in a tank?
That's gonna happen. That's so easy.
Well, it's a little bit farther away. It's not like we're gonna do this tonight or tomorrow. You know what? If we did if we did that, I would come on the. I would do both. Do both. I would come on the. I would do like a 12-hour stream in a tank top, like just straight. I would. If we get to 100
Sounds
subscribers.
awful.
It does, but I don't even know what I would talk about. Hopefully, you guys would join me and help me come up with these. But I don't know. Yeah, Rob. No. I don't know. I can't even believe I let him on the channel again. To be honest, I'm just kidding. Nate then goes rate my 12.5 PPR. He has Allen, Mixon, Swift, Higgins, Gabe. Do we assume that's Gabe Davis?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay. Dylan, Gibson, Godwin, Burks, Fryermuth, Sky, Moore, Brian Robinson, and Galladay.
I like this better than the last one.
I do too. Even Gibson as your like running back 3. I know we did a trade a few weeks ago in Dynasty.
I don't even want to.
I don't even want to admit it because I think people are gonna
talk about that.
Okay, the trade. I'm not trying to steal your thunder. We did a trade in Dynasty. I traded him Dameon Pierce, and he traded me Antonio Gibson. Antonio Gibson, bro, I can't. The fact that we did it, my team's more like ready to win right now in that league, that other league we're in. And it was hard. It was hard because I just don't believe in Dameon Pierce as a 4th-round running back. That's literally what it comes down to. Even though he might be the second coming of Barry Sanders, I just don't believe it.
He's just such a pure runner. I saw in his college tape too. I fully believe that's part of the reason why Dan Mullen got fired at Florida was like because he just didn't play. He didn't play him because he's so good. His college tape is electric, and now he's doing it in the NFL, and I still think he's just going to be that good.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that one. But yeah, anyway, Nate, we didn't give you a ranking on your team. I would give this a B+. Oh, he said Nate comes back through afterwards and says before or after B-Rob got shot. Well, I shouldn't even laugh, dude. We've been saying every stream because that always comes up, and I'm always just like, thank goodness B-Rob was not injured.
Yep. Well, he was injured, but
I mean, injured, but like, thank God, like he wasn't actually like.
Yeah, it seems like it went much better than it could have been.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been worse. So we're in support of B Rob there. But yeah, we're giving that. We're giving that. I'll give that a B plus. I'll give that a B plus for sure. I'm back on the clock, and then rock out. We will answer your next question for sure. And all the guys that I wanted just went off the board. I don't want a tight end. I don't want to go back to back. Oh man, this is nasty. This is the nasty part of the sleeper board where I'm like, I don't love anybody.
Yeah, it's getting pretty gross right now. I don't like very many.
You know what though? These are the two guys I'm going after. Mm-hmm. Alec Pierce and Nico Collins. But anyway, so he's got Lance Cousins, Swift. I think that's Javonte Williams. Yeah, Javonte Williams, Singletary, B Rob, Herbert, Pacheco, AJ Brown, McLaurin, A Rob, Olave, MVS, Schultz. Ooh, man, y'all need to stop playing in these 8-man leagues. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I would say, yeah, I'm probably just giving this a B. I don't love McLaurin as the wide receiver too.
Also,
but I do love A-Rob.
What is this? The format of this league is this has got to be like a 2-quarterback league or something.
No, that's probably the backup.
I don't know exactly what format this is.
No, I just did a 10-team and I got Lance and Cousins as my quarterback.
Yeah, but he has Herbert there too. Is he talking about?
No. He's talking about
Khalil. Yeah, Khalil. He has them down there with the running backs.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Much more sense.
Oh man,
I don't think about Khalil Herbert very much. Clearly.
Yeah. You know what? Robust RB Nate. They're talking about how in who in Taysom Hill's a tight end this year, but on Yahoo. But if he ends up having to play quarterback, you can still put him in your tight end spot on Yahoo. That is a good tip for anyone thinking ahead. But I'm not. That's Robust RB, who has been having a very good draft and hasn't done anything crazy.
Also, who uses Yahoo? Come on.
I use Yahoo in one of my leagues, and that's
disgusting.
The league is ancient. Rockout also said it's full PPR. Yeah, but what did we say we were grading that team? What did we say we are going to give that?
I think you said a B.
Yeah, we're giving that a B. Bro, I can't go less than a B, to be honest. You're going to get a B minus.
You're way too nice.
But like define a C, define an A. Like the A teams is like when it's a 12 team and you just see all the right players being drafted. Like it fell so right because you can't necessarily control. It's like the same thing. You can't necessarily know the quiz grades. Yeah. So sometimes it just happens,
I will say, podcast and YouTube channel that Caleb is affiliated with, Trades and Grades. They did a ranking or grades for best ball draft a couple weeks ago, and they were pretty good with their grades. They handed out maybe a couple of A's. They actually, I think, maybe even gave out a D. They were good with giving out C's, and they actually weren't just giving everything a B. It's kind of a cop out,
I need to just speak on the record. Rob does not like me on that show, so you got to tell him that I have some good takes. But Rob, I appreciate you being here and supporting the channel. Thanks for supporting me, Rob. I do appreciate you a lot. Hurricane, I'm holding on to Pierce until I can get a 2023 first. Also, you know what? I've seen all those freaking Twitter things of like people trading 2023 first for David. Bro, in none of my leagues, nobody would do that. Like the fact is, I could offer up.
Well,
okay, listen.
People might do that in one of our leagues.
Okay, maybe, but they don't have any. They don't even have any picks to begin with because they're trading. Right. But let's think about it. Like most of my leagues, even if I had like Saquon freaking Barkley and I was like, hey, will someone give me a first for Saquon Barkley? Like no one's going to do that. No one's going to do that. So
I would.
I mean, yeah. Well, no, offering? No. Like if I had a first, like if I had Saquon and I was trying to get a first, like I feel like not a lot of people would do that. Maybe now.
I would.
Yeah, but we're good. But I feel like a lot of people are still like off on the whole Saquon thing. Okay. Nick coming in saying, but Hurricane, thanks again for your comment. I appreciate you being here in the draft and supporting us. Nate Brown said Galladay. Nate Brown, he's also Brady in our thing, and I'm back on the clock as I'm just continuing.
I'll answer this one. It's Wan'Dale Robinson. Kenny Galladay's awful.
Yeah, Wan'Dale for sure.
He's terrible.
Jordan, we don't agree on everything, but that is one I agree.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Gosh, I don't know who to pick here.
Kenny Galladay, just absolute legend, just getting paid and doing nothing.
We're just gonna. I'm just taking a shot. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Wandell, totally better. Thomas, is this your first time on the stream? Appreciate you being here, my guy. Also, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 80. If we get to 80, we're trying to get to 90. If we're trying to get to 90, we're trying to get to 100. So join up. I'm putting out more videos. We're going to be talking a little bit more about like start and sits. I'm going to do my tier rankings for redraft for this week for all positions. So be on the lookout for all that new content coming up here. But he says 12 team, full PPR. I got Mahomes, Mixon, ETN, Lamb. Okay, first off, oh my goodness, Gabe Davis, Bateman, Kittle, Hunt, Olave. I can't believe. I'm glad you clarified with the 12 man because I'm still shook that it's a 12 man. Tony, Sky Moore, Irv Smith, and Tua. Opinion. So you went Hero RB, but somehow ETN fell to the third.
That would be the
Third, yeah, because you probably went.
I would assume that he was the third, and Mahomes was the fourth.
Okay, and the draft just ended. So let's answer this. We'll get through all these questions, and then we'll do some grades. So I do like Mixon. I have Mixon as a top 5 running back. ETN I have as a top 15 running back as well. Lamb is a top. I think he's my wide receiver 6 this year. If you haven't already checked out all those ranking videos, go watch them. I know there were more to help you draft, but also if you just want to look at values. Gabe Davis, we hated on him earlier at the value, but he is your wide receiver 2. You do have Bateman. I do like me some Bateman and then Kittle. So that's all your starters with Hunt.
I really like Rashad Bateman. I think he's getting a little bit underlooked. I think he's just so good.
So what are we giving this year? Dude, I'm leaning. This just might be like my Mahomes love, but I think just the mixture of the upside of Mixon, ETN, Lamb, and Mahomes makes me just even give it a B+.
Yeah, I would say maybe even A-. I mean, the running back depth is a little suspect, but he does have Kareem Hunt on the just kind of waiting in case. But after that, nothing else. But I think that's all right with those 3 guys, and I like some of the guys on the bench. I think Olave and Kadarius Toney especially are like really high ceiling guys for where they're getting drafted. So I like that because I think there's some guys that could really have high ceilings.
Yeah, totally agree. Thomas, thank you so much for being here. Like I said, join the Caleb Nemi YouTube channel and let's grind this fantasy football season. Hurricane comes in. We're talking about the pure stake we had that no one will do it. Just wait till the first 2 touchdown game. Man, are we even sure the Houston Texans are going to score that much? I mean, I'm really excited. I think they're going to have to score a lot of points. So maybe that happens. And maybe I could have sold Dameon Pierce for like an actual like good running back, but I do think Antonio Gibson's good. I just it's the same. Dameon Pierce gives me so much like Mike Davis vibes. It's not even funny. And so I think that was my like.
And Mike Davis was like 28 years old.
But okay, he's a 4th round running back. This is my thing with Dameon Pierce. He's a 4th round running back on a team that has a ton of draft capital going into the next few years. Because the deal that we did was dynasty. So maybe for redraft this year, he holds a lot more value than maybe in your typical dynasty league. It's just the fact that who says that next year when there's 5 elite running backs coming out in this 2023 class, they don't just say, whatever, we're going to invest a 2nd or 3rd round pick into one of those guys. And all of a sudden you're like, your Dameon Pierce share that you paid a 23 first for it just seems like null and void because you could have just drafted the other guy in the backfield. That's probably more.
I agree, but also who's to say Antonio Gibson is ever a starter again once Brian Robinson?
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I was more talking about like the first take.
Okay.
In our deal, I agree with you. That could really be. Yeah. I think next year you might look like you won that deal for sure. Rock Out says thoughts on AJ Green, Christian Watson, Hamler, Paris Campbell. We are talking about the low of the low. Are we talking like start sits?
Don't even put Paris Campbell in the low of the low. Yeah. My guy, Paris Campbell.
Okay, so but if I had to pick one to start, I'm probably starting Hamler. Just being honest.
Well, you'd be wrong when Paris Campbell gets 6 receptions for 110 yards. No,
listen,
He's not going to be that good. But Camp Hype is good as it has been for the last like 10 years. But he'll get hurt week like 3. But
I'm probably between. I mean, on this list, I'm between AJ Green and Hamler, just because AJ Green doesn't have to. He's still in Arizona, right? I'm tripping. He is.
Yeah, he is.
So he's just
week competing with AJ Green can make sense.
Yes, it makes sense, and I think Hamler, just with the fact that he's a wide receiver 3, also makes sense. I also like Paris Campbell would make sense. I just need to see it. Paris Campbell's a typical guy. He goes out there, catches 3 passes for 33 yards, feeling pretty good about him in your flex, and then he twists his ankle. Like it just.
Yep.
and I don't draft based on rookies, but like I can say that as an Ohio State fan, like I'm so upset with the career arc that Paris Campbell has taken because he has so much
Yeah.
potential.
As a Colts fan, it hurts.
It does. Thomas, my guy, thanks for being here again. Like I said, haven't subscribed and liked the screen already. Please help me out. Appreciate it a ton. Appreciate you tuning in on your Labor Day. Like I said, I didn't even like thank everyone for having a good Labor Day. Like hoping you had a good Labor Day. Like hope you had a good Labor Day. So appreciate you guys sticking around. This is the last mock until April 2023. You know what? We should probably do a mock like the minute the Super Bowl's over. Like that would kind of be legendary. I don't even know if Sleeper even allows that.
I think you could probably do like dynasty stuff all year round.
For sure. Well,
So,
yeah, and that's the thing. We got like a whole content schedule laid out. So excited for like the next
yeah, you're
18 weeks.
killing it.
We are going to be grinding like freaking ever to just. I don't even know. There's not even like a
Again, you keep saying we. Are you implying that I'm gonna be back?
okay. No, Jordan, you will be back. I'll have you back on the channel. But like I know I talked to like Rob about potentially Rob. If you're out there, might have to do something here sometime. Other people I've talked to other content creators about coming on, but most of it will be me. But I don't want to be selfish. Rock Out says, who's the number 2 wide receiver in Indy? I think it's Pierce, but Jordan, you are the Colts fan on this talk show right now.
I also think it's Pierce. I think when they had joint practices with the Lions, that really cemented Pierce. Pierce was really killing it in their joint practices from all the beat writers I was reading. I think he's the number 2. But I do think Paris Campbell will have a role, but I think it is Pierce's job as the number 2. But I think Pittman's still going to get peppered with easily the most targets.
Okay, agree with that. Rob comes back in. Thoughts on Malik? He means Malik Willis. My thoughts are that he's going to play a lot more than we collectively think and break fantasy. Well, based on the preseason, I would say that Malik should have been drafted probably in the second round. I think most of us can see the potential that he has. I know the mechanics aren't great with his throwing, but like he does make those plays that just make you go, wow, that dude could be a stud, NFL quarterback. It's hard for me to think that they're going to let, like with the amount of money they're playing Ryan Tannehill, like he's going to start this year for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So something would have to happen to Ryan Tannehill for Malik to like get in there. Now, if Malik gets in there and just puts on a show, because I think I don't even remember, has he even overtaken the quarterback 2 there for Tennessee?
I can't tell you who the quarterback 2 is there.
Yeah, I can't either. I haven't done I didn't really study enough on Malik Willis over the last few weeks because I just assumed he wasn't going to get in. I guess that was my thought with Malik Willis.
Agree.
And then Nate comes back and says, I did a mock after the Super Bowl last year. Oh, looks like nothing like this year. Yeah, I'm sure everyone, Cordell Patterson was probably going in the second or third round. Deebo Samuel was in the first. Everyone's always super hype, and then we kind of all get our bearings together, look a little bit different, and everything like that. So I'm just so excited for football to be back because
yes.
we had Ohio State football. I'm from Ohio. For anyone, I guess you guys could probably tell if there's like a few Ohio State posters behind me, but I was excited to have college football back this weekend. But I'm super excited to go back to being able to have college football and NFL and just be able to sit down and watch a Red Zone and see all the freaking touchdowns and fantasy points collect week in and week out. Like that's the best part about fantasy. So like I said, if you guys are new to the stream and you want to be in here all the time with us, answer start six questions, just participate. Like appreciate you guys so much. Like and subscribe to the stream. We just hit 75 subscribers. We need 5 more for our goal before Thursday. I don't know if we can do that. We have 3 days. So like find
depends on how much content you're pumping out.
You know what? I'm trying to do more. We got another video dropping tomorrow. So another video dropping the next day. I got 3 videos lined up over the next 3 days. Can we do 5? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But appreciate everyone tuning in here today. Okay, we got now people, they heard the Ohio State take and now they gotta throw in their fandom, stab the needle to the knife. Yes, it did not look pretty. I agree. Nate, I forgot you were in Philly, but yeah, of course, makes sense. Penn State. I would say this. I watched the whole Penn State game. Drew Aller is the best quarterback on the roster for sure. I'm so sick and tired of
Sean Clifford. I texted my friend Trevor immediately when I turned on that game, and I'm like, how is Sean Clifford? Like for the last 5 years, I've been saying that Sean Clifford was ready to graduate. I don't know how he's still there, but no. When Drew Aller came in, I thought he looked so much better. I think he would raise the ceiling of that team. You know what you're getting with Clifford at this point, and he's mediocre, above average at best. Aller would raise the ceiling of that team.
Yeah, all I'm saying is it's just like I understand it, but as an Ohio State fan, keep Clifford in there until we play you guys, and let that be the I'm much more scared of Aller than I am of Clifford.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Hurricane comes in. Of course, we'll talk about this when we get to like dynasty content, and maybe we'll do like maybe I'll sprinkle in some dynasty content through the redraft season. So because I think people do like
Oh yeah,
talking about that. I thought all along Bryce Young's like let's like is a ceiling for an NFL quarterback. I know now we're talking like prospect profiles is so much higher than CJ Stroud's. Like if we're talking like purely from a fantasy football perspective, like of course I want Bryce Young. He's mobile. He can run the ball. I know he didn't run a ton last year, but even in this game this year, he showed that he can run the ball. And CJ Stroud is reluctant, even though no one remembers that when he came in as when he had to replace who was it? JT Barrett. Was it JT Barrett? No,
I don't
no, it's
remember.
Justin Fields. When he had to replace Justin Fields, man, I'm getting all here. When he had to replace Justin Fields in the Michigan game, CJ Stroud could run the ball. And I
Oh
think the
yeah,
thing, and I think he's just like he's scared to get hurt or he's scared to give himself up. And like, man, that kills me. Like, just take freaking 5 yards if that's what the defense gets you. Slide for all we know. But he doesn't seem willing to do that, and so that's going to hurt his fantasy upside long term. So right now, if you were to like put a gun to my head and say, what are my dynasty quarterback rankings for next year? I mean, I'm having Bryce Young at number 1. I'm having
agreed.
Anthony Richardson at number 2, and I'm having CJ Stroud at number 3. Now, I think there is an easy way for me to see CJ Stroud eclipse Anthony Richardson by the end of the season. I mean, Anthony Richardson just had like an amazing game. There's still a lot of raw. I think he's a lot more raw than CJ Stroud. But I mean, when you have that like rushing upside, like that's just gonna help your team out so much more than a CJ Stroud mobile passer who what at his like best is gonna look like Russell Wilson right now. Like I think that's like and I'm not I don't want to say this, but the Ohio State quarterbacks don't seem to turn out in the NFL. Like
Nope.
we have not had one. I thought Justin Fields had the makings because he came from Georgia. He wasn't actually a true Ohio State quarterback. Listen, Joe Burrow had to leave Ohio State to become a legit NFL quarterback at LSU. So now, granted, Dwayne Haskins was good. I just don't think he took football seriously. But I just don't know what to whatever. Anyway, we'll get back to the comments. I don't need to. We this is not an Ohio State football channel or whatever. Well,
But with the dynasty, I agree with your rankings of Young, Richardson, Stroud. I watched a lot of the Florida game this week and was really, really impressed with Richardson. I think he could be awesome for fantasy. I think he could be a good NFL quarterback, but an elite fantasy quarterback.
Nate comes. Yeah, no. I totally agree with you, Jordan. Thank you for your input. Sorry, I cut you off. Nate comes in saying, "Are you guys going to do start sit live sessions on Sunday mornings?" Yes, I will be doing start sit lives on Sundays. I believe we're going to be doing those like throughout the week. I think what we're probably going to do. I say we. Jordan, you're with me. I feel like you will definitely be in on some of these, but I will be doing most of them. We're probably going to be doing, I think, probably like Wednesday nights, Friday nights, and Saturday nights. I would believe is what this current schedule is, unless something crazy happens and I am not available or something. But yeah, I want to be here for you guys. I want to answer your questions, and like I said, you can take my advice, throw it to the trash, and start whoever player you want. But I want to have like those logical conversations as we like think it through, because sometimes you just need that extra person to like be like, bro, you need to start this guy,
Yep.
like that sometimes is the only pitch you need. And I'm sure I'll have a lot of wrong takes. Like I have that every fantasy football season, but
Everyone does.
don't we all? Yeah, Hurricane comes in talking about Bryce Young, only red flag being under 2,000. Yeah, 200 pounds. I mean, Drew Brees was too. So, but Drew Brees also wasn't running like Bryce Young probably will have to produce fantasy points. So,
Mm-hmm.
So they all want to do another mock draft, but we've been doing this for now like almost 50 minutes. So I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done.
Have to work tomorrow.
I know some people do. It's not. Some people don't have an endless holiday, But like I said, I appreciate all 5 of you guys right now for being here, for supporting the channel. Like I said, if you haven't already liked and subscribed to the channel, like and subscribe. We're putting out another video tomorrow, so I need all 5 of you guys to show up tomorrow and see the video that I put out for you guys, because I'm hoping it's good. And if it's not, tell me in the comments. Like, helps me out in the algorithm too. So, oh my gosh,
what is going on?
What is going on? What is going on? People posting crazy stuff in the sleep chat.
This can't continue.
This can't. I blame Hurricane. I think it's a Hurricane or Robust RB, either one of those guys. But appreciate guys being here. And I will catch you guys here on the next one. So thanks so much for tuning in. And tomorrow we'll talk like starting sits for running backs. So see you soon.